What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of days ago I talked about whether or not it matters where the Chicago Bulls land in the NBA draft. But now, today, I want to talk about where it is most likely the Chicago Bulls will be in terms of the NBA draft. Now, what are the percentages and chances that we can move up in the NBA draft? This is an article from NBC Sports Chicago, I believe, and we're going to be reading a couple of things and just trying to understand, I guess, where the Chicago Bulls will be and, stuff of that nature. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and where do you see them landing in the NBA draft? Do you think that we could defy the odds and get into the top four, maybe even get into, I guess, winning the lottery? Or do you see us staying the same? Or heck, maybe we could fall further away. I'm not sure how it necessarily works. But here is the basic concept for you guys. Essentially, the Bulls are scheduled, the Bulls are placed in the 11th pick. Essentially, that is where we most likely will finish. So the 11th pick is a little bit later down the lottery. There's only 14 lottery picks. We are the 11th pick, essentially, as it stands now. So you're looking at the later lottery, essentially. And that means a lot of the talent that you probably want to have on your team will most likely go beforehand. And for the talent that drops, that's probably where you're looking. For talents that might go in the top 5, maybe they fall all the way down to 9, 10, or 11. You get those types of talents on your team and see if you can work with them and stuff of that nature. But it is reported as well, percentage-wise, the Bulls have a 9.4% chance to move into the top 4 and a 2% chance to win the lottery. So it's slim to none, ladies and gentlemen. It is slim to none. Now, compared to every other team out there as well, the percentages are low for almost everybody that's not in the top 3. So the top 3 is most likely going to be the same top 3 you expect. There's always going to be surprises here or there. Most years, there is a surprise team that just finds its way into the lottery, into the top 4, and into the first overall pick. Will the Bulls be that team this season? As much as I'd like to say that we could be, it's not on our side. So, basically, the percentages are quite low. It means that we are very, very, very unlikely to move away from the 11th pick. We are very unlikely to move into the top 4, and we are very unlikely to move to first, which is expected. But we can do a lot with this 11th pick. I don't want to be a pessimistic or someone that's overly negative of where we are at the moment. I don't think the 11th pick is the worst pick we could potentially have. What would have been worse is if we traded this pick, which we can't. Maybe we could trade it after we select the player, but it would have been worse if we traded the pick. It would have been worse if we had no pick in general. Keep in mind as well, the Bulls do not have a second round pick this year. So that's another thing that's going to bite us, in my opinion. Because look, we've selected talent from the second round before. Some of those talents have worked out for the Bulls before. So not having a second round pick, in my opinion, could definitely hurt this Bulls team. But being the 11th pick, potentially even getting a little bit lucky and heading into that top 4, is something I'm going to take every single day of the week. And it's going to be important. We could do a lot with that 11th pick. We could go for talent that might drop. Because it's always going to happen. There's always going to be that one guy you expect to go on the top 4, top 5, top 6, and potentially fall out into the late lottery. We could be one of those people that could pick up that type of talent. I think that's desperately what we need to do. We could go for the talent that does fit the team. I don't necessarily think that's the way to go, but I'm not AK, I'm not the front office. So we could pick for a need. We could pick a center because we might need a center. We could pick a forward because we might need a forward. If we find a true point guard in that draft, we could go for a true point guard in that draft. Regardless of that fact, we could do whatever we want with that 11th pick. But all I could say, like I said in the last video, and like I say in this video, it doesn't necessarily matter where we land if you don't pick the right player at the end of the day. We're not going to have the luxury, most likely, to get the first overall pick and basically have a free reign of anybody that we want in that draft. We're not going to have the luxury, most likely, of getting into the top 4 and picking the players that are most likely going to be superstars according to everybody's ranks. But what we will have is an opportunity to select the best available at that time. We will have an opportunity to select someone that could go right into the team and make a difference. And we will have someone that can hopefully make this team worth watching, make this team worth believing in again. That is what we need to do with this next overall pick, with this next NBA draft. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see where we land. Ultimately, again, the draft isn't in a couple of days' time. It's just figuring out where we're going to be. And that, again, can bring more opportunities once that pick has been finalized. Once we know where this pick is going to be, we can start making draft videos. I can finally be open to taking some suggestions on who should we pick, who should we avoid, who should be someone that could be underrated and could fall. And I'd love your suggestions. So this is the video to kind of, tell you guys what's most likely going to happen. 11th overall pick is the likely outcome. And who should we go for in that draft? Who are the names that you want to see? Who are the names that I should be scouting and stuff of that nature? And I'm always going to love to do draft videos. Again, that was a big success when I did it a couple of years ago. A lot of people enjoyed those draft videos, and I'm going to be happy to bring them back for this specific NBA draft. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow and or subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.